Ooh. Ooh.
Hey, how's it going, guys? In this video today, I'm going to be analyzing a match between current world number 6 Jonatan Christie from Indonesia and the current world number 1 and reigning world champion from Japan, Kento Momota. This matchup was just really intriguing due to the two players' contrasting styles. Jonatan Christie is known for his aggressive, explosive attack. With his lightning-quick speed and overwhelmingly powerful smash, he prefers taking the initiative and winning points on his own terms, usually in spectacular fashion. Kento Momota, on the other hand, is a much more finesse-based controlling player. His attack, while strong, is not as explosive as some of the other top players in the world. However, he more than makes up for that in his ability to precisely attack all four corners of the court and limit the attacking opportunities of his opponents with the sheer quality and consistency of his shots. This match was a classic case study where we got to see if a finesse player's control was enough to temper the speed and aggression of a more dynamic player. Please note, the goal of this video is to analyze a few important points that I feel players can take away to improve their own game, not to give a general overview of the match. I will link the full match video below for those who just want to see these players play. So without further ado, let's dive in. When it comes to badminton strategy, a very important basic tactic is to try to take control of the front court area. If you are able to play a tight spinning net shot, oftentimes your opponent will be forced to play a high defensive lift, which can be great opportunities to try to smash and finish off the rally. It's not just spinning net shots you can play at the front too. If you are able to take the bird high and early, you give yourself many other options to exert pressure. Straight pushes, cross net shots, attacking lifts. In essence, by controlling the front, you open up many different avenues to attack your opponent, which causes them to be reactionary as they have to defend your shots. Let's take a closer look at this rally. Notice how Christie's control the front court sets up his attacking opportunities, with the end result being him winning the rally. Christie starts off the rally with a simple net return of serve. The fact that it took it high and early forced Momota to receive the shot low. Momota then makes a mistake by playing a net shot back, which is always risky when you play it from such a low position. Christie pounces on it immediately, playing a fast flick shot over Momota's head, forcing Momota to play a recovery shot from his deep backhand. Christie then simply blocks his shot. Momota plays a high defensive lift to give himself time to recover, as he is still reeling from defending Christie's previous shot, and now Christie has options of attacking the entire court. Don't forget, however, that this attacking opportunity was made possible by Christie controlling the front court from the very beginning of the rally. Here's another good example rally. Try to notice how the dynamic of the rally changes once one player is able to really start piling on the pressure from the front court. You probably noticed the first half of the rally was relatively even, with both players not really managing to gain much of an advantage on each other. The tone of the rally changes here, however, when Christie decides to inject some variation into his net play instead of simply lifting and giving up the initiative. Momota was definitely not having a good day, as his response to Christie's shot was a push to Christie's forehand that was woefully short, allowing Christie to perform a very sharp attacking drop after. Christie immediately follows up his drop with a quick push over Momota's head into his backcourt, putting Momota in a very pressured position. Christie then catches Momota one final time at the net, cross-netting and completely outmaneuvering the current world champion. Let's take a closer look at Christie's footwork in the previous rally. After pushing the bird to Momota's backcourt, he sees that Momota's options are most likely limited to a defensive straight drop or straight clear. Christie suspects Momota will hit a straight drop, so notice how he sets up his feet in preparation for the next shot. Christie positions his right foot slightly behind his left foot instead of the more conventional feet side-by-side stance. He does so for two reasons. One, if Momota hits a drop shot, Christie can now use that right foot as a base to push himself forward and quickly move to attack the drop. 2. If Momota hits a clear, because of the way Christie's feet are positioned, he is already preemptively prepared to shuffle backwards to continue his attack. If his feet were in a conventional side-to-side stance, to react to a clear he would have to first shuffle his feet from side to side into a front-back position in order to start moving backwards. This would have wasted a valuable few seconds that could have destroyed his attacking initiative. This footwork technique can be useful in situations where you're focused on anticipating a shot to the net, but still want to cover the backcourt in case they hit a long, deep shot. As we can see, Christie dominated the net area against Momota, a huge factor in him winning the match. Let's talk about final takeaways for players at home. 1. Control of the front sets up a strong attack from the back. Big flashy backcourt attacking shots require some kind of upwards rising shots that can be attacked. Putting pressure on your opponent at the front can force them to return weak shots for you to pounce on. 2. It's oftentimes worth the extra effort to try and play one more net shot. Taking the bird high at the net allows you many options to pressure your opponent. A simple net shot or flick can quickly punch a hole in the opponent's defense, allowing you to finish them off. The extra effort to play one extra net shot to try and take control of the front is oftentimes very worth it.
Now, moving on from what Jonatan Christie did well to win this match, let's now focus on some mistakes Momota made that contributed to his loss.
I've gone in depth about how controlling the front court in badminton is oftentimes a key to success. However, from studying Momota's perspective in this match, we can also see how not executing your front court shots properly can actually lead to disastrous results for players as well. Momota had trouble finding the length of his front court pushes throughout the entire match. In this rally, he pushes a shot to Christie's forehand that just barely makes it to the double service line in length, allowing Christie to jump all over it and begin his attack. Even though Momota won this rally off of Christie's mistake, he would not be so lucky later in the match. In this rally, Momota again fails to hit his front court push with proper length, with his shot barely reaching the double service line again, and also not having enough height to make it over Christie's head. This allows Christie to immediately go on the attack and pressure Momota to win the rally. The next few clips are a bit ridiculous. Momota demonstrates what I've been talking about in 3 consecutive rallies. His pushes off the service return are not only all short in length, but are too low in height and allow Christie to get behind the bird to attack. Keep in mind that Christie has a 4 cm or 2 inch height advantage on Momota. When you play against taller players, making sure your attacking pushes are high enough to get past them is essential, or else they'll be punished like you are seeing now. These mistakes were a recurring pattern throughout the match and significantly contributed to Momota's eventual loss. Let's talk about final takeaways. 1. Pay attention to the height and length of your attacking pushes. You must adjust your shots to your specific opponent. If they're taller than you, make sure your pushes have enough height to pass them. If they're the same height or shorter than you, then you can make your push shots flatter. You must tailor your shots to your specific opponent if you don't want to have your attacking front court shots be taken advantage of by them. 2. Badly executed front court shots ruin great attacking opportunities. While taking the bird high and early at the net makes it easier to assert control, don't relax and assume just because you're there that you have the advantage. If you still fail to execute your shots properly, you risk your opponent taking advantage of your bad shot and turning what was a great potential attacking opportunity into a bad situation for you. And on that note, we have reached the end of the video. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Hope you were able to take something away from my analysis. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment with any suggestions for future videos.